My name is Raihan Hidayat, and this is the video of part one for project 1 of language assessment. Uh, we are choose the topic CTES for the presentation. In the title, the use of CTES in assessing grammar and writing skills. Okay. So, what is a CTES? A C-test is a type of language test designed to measure a person's overall language ability. It is made by taking short text and deleting the second half of every second word after the first sentence. The test taker must fill in the missing parts to complete the text correctly. Here's the sample. In the sentence, language assessment is important for testing writing skill. Here's the second half of the sentence. Is erased. Blank, the rest is erased, as you can see in the slide. Okay, so the purpose of CTES. The purpose of CTES, or the main goal of a CTES, is to measure overall language proficiency in an efficient and reliable way. Unlike tests that focus on a single skill, the CTES indirectly assess grammar, vocabulary, reading, and writing at the same time. It shows whether learners can recognize correct word forms and grammar structures, use context clues to understand meaning, reconstruct a text that is grammatically and logically complete. And how it relates to grammar mastery. A C-test strongly depends on the test taker's grammatical knowledge. To fill in blanks correctly, a learner must know word endings like ed, s, and ing, or we call it suffix, recognize sentence structures and word order, understand how verbs, nouns, and adjectives work together. In short, learners use their grammar knowledge to guess the correct form that fits grammatically and logically in each blank. And how it relates to writing. Writing, of course, requires both grammar accuracy and coherence skills. Also tested in a C-test. When completing a C-test, learner must predict the word choice and form, similar to how writers select the words when writing sentences. Keep the text consistent and logical, which is essential in organizing paragraphs. Therefore, good performance in C-test reflects a person's ability to write grammatically correct and meaningful sentences. The advantages of C-test. Efficient. First, efficient. The C-test is quick to prepare, take, and score. Second, reliable. Covers many aspects of language ability in one short test, like grammar, writing, and vocabulary. Third, the objective. Third objective. Answers are usually clear and easy to mark. Last, useful for writing assessment. It shows how well students can control grammar and cohesion in context. Talking about the advantages, the C-test also has limitations. The C-test cannot test creativity or ideas, which are that aspect is important in writing. And learners might guess some answers without fully understanding the grammar, because maybe the learners just use their sense, like, oh, it feels right, so it must be the answers. And text results may depend on familiarity with the text topic, not only grammar skills. So if the learners understand more context of the topic, it might be easy for the learners to answer of the or complete the sentences in the C-test. So the conclusions is the C-test is a practical tool for measuring language proficiency, especially in terms of grammar understanding and writing readiness. It shows how well learners can use grammar rules and context to rebuild a meaningful and correct text. Even though it doesn't test writing creativity, it is still a strong indicator of linguistic accuracy and comprehension. So that's it for the part 1 of the Project 1 language assessment. So here's the part 2 of the Project 1 language assessment. Case study, language assessment using C-test. So we've been prepared the two types of the two texts or C-tests for the intermediate levels of learners. So here's the text 1 of the original version for the C-test. Here's the original version with a fully corrected text. Smartphone with the topic, the impact of smartphones on daily life. Here's the text. Smartphones have changed the way people live and communicate. They allow users to access information instantly, stay connected with others, and perform many daily tasks easily. From paying bills to ordering food, almost everything can be done through mobile apps. However, overusing smartphones can reduce face-to-face interaction and affect concentration. Many people also struggle to manage their screen time. Therefore, it is important to use smartphones wisely to balance convenience and mental well-being in modern life. And here's the C-test versions of text 1. Okay, next is the text 2 of the original version of the C-test with the fully corrected sentences or fully corrected text. The topic is artificial intelligence in everyday technology. Here's the text. Artificial intelligence or AI has become a major part of modern technology. It helps machines perform tasks that usually require human thinking, such as recognizing voices or analyzing data. Many apps use AI to improve user experience, like suggesting music or detecting faces in photos. Although AI brings many benefits, it also raises concerns about privacy and job replacement. As technology continues to grow, people must learn how to use AI responsibly and ethically. And here's the C-test version of text 2. Next, we jump into scoring system of C-test. Each blank in the C-test counts as one item. The scoring focuses on how accurately the missing words are restored. Here's the table of the scoring system. For the response, for the fully correct word, it gives score 1 point. The fully correct word means the word is completely correct in both spelling and form. And the partially correct word, for the partially correct word, it gives scores 0.5 point. Partially correct word means the form or meaning is correct but contains minor spelling or grammatical errors. And for the incorrect or blank, it doesn't give a score. it gives 0 point. Incorrect means or blank, the word is incorrect or left unanswered. Here's the example of scoring. If there are 25 blanks and a student answers 20 words correctly and 2 words partially correct, total score must be 84%, as the explanation in the slide. English has language proficiency skills. After scoring, students are categorized into proficiency levels to interpret their language competence. Here's the table. For the score range 90% to 100%, it gives proficiency level. It is identified as advanced proficiency level. It means they are excellent. They are excellent understanding of grammar, vocabulary, and context. And for the score 75 to 89%, it is identified or classified as upper intermediate. It contained for upper intermediate, it had good mastery of grammar and text comprehension. And for the 60 to 74%, it is classified or identified as intermediate. In intermediate level, the learners understand the basic understanding, like some grammar or context error. And for the 40 to 59%, it is classified as lower intermediate. The learners frequent grammar errors, limited vocabulary. And for the below 40%, it is classified as beginner. It is weak control of grammar and limited language comprehension. Okay, so why the two texts were chosen? The two texts were chosen because they are relevant, understandable, and engaging for intermediate level learners. Both texts focus on technology, which is a modern and familiar topic for most students today, because in nowadays many learners uses some technology to improve their skills, not only in learning language, but everyday's life must involve technology. So the language in this text uses common grammar, such as present simple and compound sentences, and medium level vocabulary, making them suitable for learners who already have basic grammar knowledge but still need practice in comprehension and word formation. Text 1 discusses the use of smartphone in daily life. It includes everyday vocabulary and simple grammatical patterns. And text 2 explores artificial intelligence or AI. It introduces slightly more advanced terms but remains clear and comprehensible. These topics match the students' interests and allow the test to measure grammar and vocabulary use across different contexts. And these are the advantages of using C-test. Compared to other testing methods, the C-test offers a more balanced and efficient way to measure language proficiency because it involves writing, grammar, and vocabulary. Close test. The main features deletes random words in a passage. The limitation is can be inconsistent and the context may be lost. And the advantage is deletes word systematically every second word, ensuring fairness and consistency. And then there is multiple choice test. Compared to C-test, The multiple choice test has a main feature. It tests recognition of correct answers. The limitation is measures passive knowledge only, while C-test requires active production, testing real grammar use. And last, here's open-ended writing. It has features, assesses creativity and structures. The limitation is it takes longer to score and is subjective, while C-test quick, adjective, and still measures grammar and cohesion. And why the C-test works well? It encourages students to apply grammar, syntax, and context clues. It produces objective results that reflect real language use, saves time for both learners and teachers, helps identify grammatical weaknesses that affect writing performance. So that is my part 2. That is the video of my part 2 of Project 1 Language Assessment. Thank you.